While Goku was going after the next enemies, news outlets around the world began covering what was happening with greater clarity, thanks to signals starting to be restored after the variants began to fall to Goku and the rest of the heroes. Several local and global stations showed striking images of the battles that had unfolded in different cities across the planet since the incursion began. On every screen, you could see a reporter with a torn jacket, but the microphone still firm in her hand, speaking in front of the remains of a collapsed building while several helicopters flew over the area. "We're seeing an unprecedented coalition. Heroes from different countries have joined forces to repel the invaders' attack. It's also been confirmed that these aren't just any enemies, but people who look a lot like Invincible, and each one seems more dangerous than the last." After the reporter's words, the broadcast switched to show how the defense unit and several heroes were working together to confront the threat in different areas of the country. Thanks to the coordinated leadership of the Guardians of the Globe and international support from other heroes, they were managing to prevent further civilian casualties and gain the upper hand against the variants of Mark. However, the news would also let people know about the battles Goku had had against the variants, showing how important his role was in this situation. But while the media continued reporting with greater clarity, the battle against the variants was still ongoing. In the remains of the old government center were two of the most dangerous variants, Sinister Mark and Prisoner Mark, who had completely devastated the place and the people nearby. The first had a dark countenance with a barely visible smile that showed he was enjoying all the chaos around him. The second wore a white suit and broken chains hanging from his wrists. Besides that, he had no hair, and his skin showed scars from the experiments done on him. Despite the chaos they had caused in the place, both variants began to notice something strange. They hadn't crossed paths with any other of their variants on the way. How strange. I haven't seen the rest of us in a long while. You're right. It seems our little friends have been eliminated. That's interesting. While both thought for a moment about the situation, Goku appeared behind them, taking them by surprise. The variants realized someone was at their backs and quickly turned around to see who it was. "Who are you?" "It doesn't matter. If he made it this far, it means he finished off some of us." "If that's true, then this guy is worth it. I'm already bored of playing with humans who break under a glance." "You have a strange concept of fun. Aren't you supposed to be here to conquer like the rest?" "Conquer? Of course, but I'm not satisfied with just that. I want to see my enemies burn. I want to see their faces when they realize nothing can save them, not even hope." Goku remained silent as he listened, realizing that each variant of Mark was more twisted and didn't have the slightest trace of humanity. "Wherever I go, I see the same thing. You have no compassion for others. It's clear you'll never be like the real Mark." "Wow! We're honored by your words! But tell me, how does it feel to kill alternate versions of your friend?" "I'm not proud of that, but you left me no choice. And if you're like them, you'll end up the same." "Do you really think we're the same as those failures? They were only playing at being villains. Whatever you are, I won't let you keep hurting the people of this world." "Don't you think you're going to a lot of trouble? Humans are weak, delusional, broken inside. I got tired of pretending they're worth protecting." "You have no idea what you're saying. What's worth it isn't always the easiest thing to defend." "Don't talk as if you had the absolute truth. We know exactly what we're doing." "You just want to take everything by force because you think you deserve it thanks to your powers. But the truth is, you're just as vulnerable as everyone else." That statement made Prisoner Mark pause for a moment. However, the Sinister one smiled as if he didn't care, since he was tired of talking. "Interesting theory, but it's irrelevant right now. I only care about one thing. Can you withstand this?" After saying that, Sinister Mark lunged immediately at Goku, throwing a powerful punch straight at his face. But to his surprise, Goku stopped the attack with a single hand, showing the difference in strength between them. This shocked Sinister Mark, who tried to wrench his fist free from Goku's grip without success. Goku held Sinister Mark's fist firmly, not even moving from his spot, as if the Viltrumite's strength meant nothing. "You're gonna have to try harder than that!" Sinister Mark grew furious at Goku's comment, but no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't break free. At that moment, Prisoner Mark rushed in at full speed from a side angle, aiming to land a surprise blow with both hands clasped together like a hammer. Goku saw it coming without even turning his head, so he released Sinister Mark's fist and leaned just slightly to the side to avoid the attack, only to then kick Prisoner Mark in the stomach with such precision that it sent him crashing into the wall of one of the nearby buildings. Ugh! While Prisoner Mark tried to recover from the attack, his Sinister variant was completely bewildered by what he had just seen. What? How does this guy have so much strength? I already told you, your senseless slaughter ends here. Sinister Mark began to feel frustrated by the situation, which enraged him even more. So he darted at full speed to get right behind Goku, unleashing a barrage of rapid attacks like a hail of bullets. But every blow only brushed past Goku, who moved just enough to dodge them, showing no effort. You're fast, but not fast enough. Shut up! Before Sinister Mark could react, Goku turned and drove an elbow into his chest with such force that it knocked the wind out of him, then sent him flying like a fired bullet, slamming him into the ground. Meanwhile, Prisoner Mark stood up among the rubble of the buildings, watching closely what had happened to his variant. Goku's figure was starting to give him chills because he seemed to possess an implacable strength, but he refused to accept it. To him, it wasn't possible that someone from Earth could be stronger than a Viltrumite. Without wasting time, Prisoner Mark approached Goku again despite his injuries. What are you really? I know you're not Viltrumite, but you seem made to destroy us. I'm just someone who was raised on Earth and enjoys battles, but I fight for something more important than you do. Don't tell me. You say the same thing as the rest of the Earth's heroes. I'm tired of those words. Take it however you want, but that motivation is what makes the difference between us, and it'll also be the reason you lose this fight. I hope you know what you're saying. During their brief exchange, Sinister Mark got up off the ground with a bleeding nose and eyes full of rage, shaking off the bits of concrete on him. As soon as he regained his balance, he rejoined his variant to attack again. Damn you! I'm gonna eliminate you with my own hands! I won't let anything stop me! Let's finish this once and for all. On that, we agree. Both Marks launched themselves at the same time at Goku, coordinating their attacks as best they could to make their movements less predictable. Goku narrowed his eyes as his body moved, as if he knew each of their moves before they executed them. At the last second, Goku deflected Prisoner Mark's fist with the palm of his hand and pushed Sinister Mark's arm to the side with the other, making them hit each other. Impossible! He made us hit each other? That's because you're not careful! Don't start with that stupidity now! I'm surprised to see you can't even tolerate each other. That says a lot. After saying that, Goku vanished from their sight with his great speed, appearing right above them. The variants tried to locate him with their eyes, but it was impossible. They couldn't track him with such simple methods. To their surprise, Goku was right above them, and seeing how hard it was for them to find him, he decided to reveal his position. Hi! Saying that in his typical carefree tone, Goku delivered a descending double kick that slammed them into the ground as if they were projectiles. When the dust cleared, the two Viltrumites slowly got up, gasping and with their suits torn. You could see how their bodies were bleeding more and more from the fight, leaving them increasingly exhausted. This makes no sense. How can someone born on a planet as weak as Earth have so much power? It doesn't matter. Even if his power is greater, we don't back down. It's not a matter of power, it's a matter of determination. Stop talking already! The two Viltrumites shouted in unison, letting their rage cloud their judgment, as they launched again at Goku, each from the opposite side. Seeing they wouldn't relent, Goku reappeared behind them and landed a punch to each of their stomachs, so fast they didn't even see it coming. Both froze with eyes wide open after taking the hit, then collapsed to their knees and coughed from the pain. You two are just hollow copies of someone who chose to be better. You'll never be like the real Mark. Shut up! You have no right to talk as if you knew us! I don't need to know you to see that you're empty. You've already shown me with everything you've done to people. Enough! Prisoner Mark couldn't stand hearing Goku's words, so despite his little strength, he tried to hit him one more time. Goku didn't even try to block this time. He let the variant's punch land on him, but it didn't affect him in the slightest. It can't be! There's supposed to be nothing stronger than a Viltrumite! We've taken down many of Earth's heroes. Why the hell can't we take you down? Because you haven't learned anything from everything you've done. After saying that, Goku just watched them, noticing their eyes full of rage, but for the first time he could also see a hint of fear in them. It wasn't the fear of dying, it was something deeper. The fear of having been surpassed by something they didn't understand, by someone who didn't fit their twisted rules. This can't end like this. It can't. I refuse. We didn't come to this world to lose to a simple Earth hero. Despite being weak, Sinister Mark staggered forward as if he wanted to make one last attempt to attack him. But before he could, Goku stopped him and extended his arm toward the Sinister variant, charging a burst of energy to end the fight quickly. Goodbye.